Yo, what's up guys, it's Victon here with a little tips and tricks video for you guys. As you guys might have seen, there was an update to the Archnemesis League mechanic today that is very welcomed by the community. I would assume it is certainly welcomed by me, because personally I was really not interacting with this too much, because at least this screen right here, the inventory was very clunky. It's very tiny. So you ended up with kind of just having way too much crap in here, and I just never really did it. So I also never bothered to kind of organize my stuff, and I just didn't run stuff. But with this update, it makes it a little bit easier, and I kind of took it to the next level by also changing our filter to only drop specific ones that we need in the recipe that we are hunting. Now, I am doing a specific recipe that I learned from Grimbro, which is the Treant Horde, the Mirror Image, Assassin, and Rejuvenating. And that's a combo that he suggested that basically poops out exalts. So that's really the only one that I have ever done. So that's what I'm going to be kind of basing this guide around. But you can do this strategy with any combo that you want to do. The concept is going to work for them all. Now, what actually changed in this update that they did? So now you could come in here and filter recipes. So this is super cool. So for example, we want the Treant Horde, the Rejuvenating, the Mirror Image, and the Assassin. Those are what's going to make up what I just said to make the really juicy, Exalt Pooperino one, right? So in order to do that, you literally just come in here and you select it. Like if I wanted Corruptor, I would hit Corruptor. But for example, like I said, I want these 4. So I'm going to only hit those 4, and I'm going to come in here, and it's going to, let's say I had something that was some random stuff. Like you can get like Chaos Weaver, Frost Weaver, Flame Weaver, right? All that stuff. And let's say I had those in here. It would actually highlight all of these. I guess you can kind of see it here, like it doesn't highlight these, right? It's only highlighting these, and it's highlighting these because I have selected them on my filter, which is pretty cool. And you can even see the little icon down here, like this one's a red one. I wonder if you could change, that would be cool if you could actually change that color, but hey, we're probably asking for too much here, right? But as you can see, like this one's a yellow one to make Assassin. So like here's the yellow ones to make Assassin. And then here is the red ones to make Mirror Image. But it looks like there's 2. That would be cool. GGG, add that. Maybe make like you could toggle on different colors so I could easily tell. But hey, again, we're asking for too much here. So, but as you can tell, it highlights the ones that you actually want in your recipe, and then it doesn't highlight the ones that you don't need in your recipe. That's if you're just picking up a ton, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it a little bit further, and I'm actually going to go edit my filter to only show the ones that I want for my specific kind of that strategy of the combo where you have a Treant Horde, Mirror Image, Assassin, and Rejuvenating. I only want the ones that bring these up, which is, let me bring this over here, which is this right here. So Echoist, Soul Conduit, Toxic Sentinel, Steel Infused, Deadeye, Vampiric, Gargantuan, and Vampiric. I only want those to drop. I don't want any other ones to drop because it's annoying and I don't want to see them. If it pops up on the ground, that means I need to pick it up and it's going to go into my inventory. And I want to manage as least as possible, because if I go pick this up, it's going to just come I've organized it all pretty right now. And I definitely suggest you guys do that. Organize it a little bit, because once you get into maps, it is pretty annoying to especially if you're doing a crazy map and you're trying to sit here and then you have to stop and you click on that and you're like, oh my god, where's all the stuff, it can get a little annoying unless you organize it a little bit. So that is helpful. But right, so Soul Conduit, right? So I want this one, and I have it shown on my filter. So if I were to select this and then it goes into my stash here, it'll just pop up. It'll actually pop up right here, which is kind of annoying. So it's still a little clunky in my opinion. But it's not as bad now that we can actually filter these. But anyway, let's go ahead and go back to the filter itself. And this is exactly what I did to make that combo of recipes here, right? So here's what you do. You go to Filter Blade, you go to Customize, and then you actually come down to, it's in the first one, it's under General, and you go 3.17 Siege of the Atlas and Archnemesis. So we're going to go to that, and there's 3 sections here. There is Archnemesis Mods Regents, Archnemesis Mods Special, Archnemesis Mods Results, and then technically this isn't there. Remove rule. That's if you want to add a rule, but we don't need to do that. So this is the first one, and this is the Archnemesis Mods Regents. That's where I would suggest you guys put whichever ones you want for your combos, for your recipes. So like I said, Deadeye, Echoist, Gargantuan, Sentinel, Soul Conduit, Steel Infused, Toxic, and Vampiric. And you can change the colors here if you want. You can change the beam of light here. You can change, you know, the icon here. I think the only thing that I did was I made the backdrop. I don't know what, I think the backdrop was blue, was black like this. And what I did was I just did it green and I made it look a little bit prettier. So if this drops, I know that it's a part of my recipes and I want to pick it up. Now, what about the ones that you know are not good? Let's see here. So that's this one right here. So Archnemesis special mods. These are the ones I do not want. I do not want Stormweaver, Permafrost, all this stuff, right? Now, you actually cannot delete these right now. As you can see right here, important GGG currently doesn't allow hiding these. So we're going to get around that. And how we're going to get around that is we're going to make the opacity on all of these like down to 0, so you get it's still dropping and technically it's showing up on the loot filter, but you can't see it, right? So here's what it would look like, right? You can kind of see it right there, but we're gonna make the opacity go all the way down. We also made it as tiny as possible. Here's the backdrop. This is what it normally would look like, but we're going to go all the way down, so it literally just doesn't show up. So we will not see it when you're actually just mapping. And I moved all of those. Basically how you do it is you literally just move it, like you click on it and you drag it down here. Like Incinerator used to be up here, I'm just going to click it and drag it down to this middle one. And there you go. Make sure you do the opacity for text, backdrop, and background all the way down to 0. Also make sure you turn your beam off. So turn the beam off, so you click the beam right here and you hit it's active. It will normally be active. You hit unactive. Icon, I turn that off as well. Sound, actually, let's turn the sound off as well. Volume down to 0. So we want to turn everything off to 0. So there you go. None of these are going to show. Now for the these ones right here, you can keep all of these active. Basically what these are is the actual recipes, like the second stage of the recipes. And I changed the color up a little bit so that I'll know when it drops anyway because I'm already doing it. But you know, just it looks a little bit better if it's purple, right? So that's what I did there. And all of these will drop once I actually do the recipe in the map. So we can actually do one here if you guys want to see what that looks like. And then by the way, of course, you know, you save this. And then you save it to your profile, and then you come down to the game and make sure you go to your options, right? Go to game. Like I just made a filter specifically for that, and for my in-game farming, I called it Archnemesis in-game farming. I'm actually going to put this in the comments, guys, or not the comments, the video description. If you guys actually want my filter, I'll put that in there, and just go in there and follow that filter, and you'll already get this one already done with this specific recipe combo. Okay, so let's say we want soul content, so I'm just going to pick that up. And let's go over here, let's click on, so it's still a little clunky, right? It's still a little clunky in my opinion, but let's say that we wanted, you could even come in here if you really want to kind of remember what stuff is, right? So it looks like I have enough to make a rejuvenating right now, or I could make an assassin. So let's make an assassin. We'll do Deadeye and we'll do Vampiric. So let's go back here and we'll do, you can type in dead or if you remember it. So let's do this, let's kill it. And it drops, so now let's go find another one real quick. Oh, wow, that's convenient. Here it is. And then there you go. It's showing me already that the next one is going to be this one, which is Vampiric. We're going to check that one. And you could tell that by the way that it's kind of pulsing here. You kind of see how it's like the outline is pulsing a little bit. That's how you know it's the next one in the combo. So we're going to begin this. And there you go. As you can see, it dropped and it's got that little purple outline. So I know that it's the tier 2 version, and I'm going to go ahead and pick that up and be a happy man. So there you go. That is all I really wanted to show you guys. I think this is at least a little bit better. I think there's still things that they could do. Like my suggestion was to them to first off make these stackable. Like why are we not having these be I mean, I guess because of the eye level. I don't know. I mean, you could even stack it based off of eye level. Like I have a ton of eye level 83s. I don't know. I think that's silly. I think they should be stackable. I also think that you should have a UI, maybe like up here, right? If you could put 4 little slots up here to make your own recipe for the map, and you could kind of pre-do it for each map. You could still have to go in there and like click the little alter thing and then put it in there. But if you could kind of like, you know, pre-think out the recipe that you're going to do, and you could like, you know, pop it in there and then go plop and then select your recipe, I think that would be a lot better. But hey, who am I? All right, cool. That's all I got, guys. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and that's all I got. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.